Hey, so next week, I think it's going to be Monday night, going to have another guest on, another young farmer. Oh, Stephanie's watching too. Fantastic. So we haven't decided whether that's going to be Supper with Schick or Jokes with Josh, but Josh is going to be on, I think. We just committed him if he was second guessing that. But anyway, Josh is a great guy. We'll get a little bit of a insight into some of the tips and tricks that he uses as he deals with landlords and growing his operation as a young individual as well. So, but hey, so last night, actually, some friends of mine wanted to talk about this, but I felt a little bit more compelled to talk about kind of owning it and having an alternative plan and looking around. But so yesterday, as you've probably figured out, I travel quite a bit for work and home tonight, so that's kind of nice. But so yesterday, I stop at a gas station. It's Quick Trip in Kearney, Missouri. And this young kid is working the cash register. And, of course, there's two guys in front of me in line, and there's a line building behind me. This kid starts working both cash registers. So while this other guy is swiping his credit card, he slides me over to this other register and starts ringing me up. And as I'm swiping my credit card, he welcomes the next guy and right behind me and gets him rung up, tells me, here's your receipt, have a nice day, thanks for shopping at Quick Trip, and I'm on my way. And never before have I experienced customer service quite like that at a gas station. So, you know, the first impression is everything. Now, if I were a local guy and I was in a business where I wanted some young kid that was energetic and aggressive, that kid would probably be my first call. Because here's the thing, I can't tell you how many kids his age would probably be on their phone in between that customer while he was ringing up on his credit card. So the initiative that this kid had, and I was shocked. And I even mentioned something about it on Facebook, and I realize it seems so little, but here's the thing. No matter what role you're in, whatever you do, are you excelling and making pure excellence every time you have the opportunity? And I know sometimes we get jaded in our jobs, in our life, and you know, sometimes it just feels like, hey, you know, I just need to get this job done. And we all have to kind of reframe our perspective sometimes. But understand that someone is always watching, and especially with these devices that we have in our hand, you never know when that picture is going to be taken. You never know when the video is going to be taken. You never know when that Snapchat that they say those pictures don't last, I call nonsense, because those might still show up somewhere. It's really easy for somebody to save those on your phone. So nonetheless, make sure that no matter what we're doing, and I think as hopefully Josh will talk a little bit about this next week as well, because I know he does a bang-up job, just really making things look good and, you know, impressing on the landlords that he's the guy that they want farming their farm. So, you know, it's important that we experience and show excellence in all that we do, whether we're a simple cashier at a gas station, because I'll tell you what, that made me smile too. Not only was the fact that the kid got me in and out of that gas station, he gave me an experience at a gas station that I would have never expected. So that kid was rocking it. And we have to think about that, you know, we influence people, that maybe somebody just needs a positive experience in their day to help that go better. Fortunately, yesterday wasn't a bad day, so I didn't, you know, it wasn't like I was down in the dumps, but it made me even more happy than what I was when I walked into that gas station. So, you know, it's one of those things that never underestimate the power of a smile, never underestimate the power of your excellence in what you do, and how you can share that with others. Because I'll tell you what, you know, and it's just like this, not to go off on a tangent, but just like this $4 billion or whatever it was that showed up the same day 4 American sailors got released, you know, and that we're paying off bribes now as a country, and who knows what that is. But, you know, the fact that they had to call it a coincidence seems pretty phony to me. And the fact that our politicians do the farthest from exhibit excellence every day. And, you know, we have to be better than that. We can make a difference in our towns, in our communities, in our churches, in our workplaces. We can do that, and we can do that on our farms. So whatever organization you're involved in, whatever you're doing on your farm, make sure that you take the time to do it right and do it with excellence. And that way, when you excel, other people are going to notice. And when other people notice, guess what? They talk about it. Just like I talked about Quick Trip, because now hopefully the next time you see a Quick Trip, you're going to say, hey, you know what? I heard good things about Quick Trip. I'm going to stop in there. Yeah, awesome customer service. It's the little things, you know, and honestly, Come and Go isn't too bad in Iowa either. But I'll tell you what, this was I've got to give them a lot of credit for treating customer service, because it is something that lacks so much. And like I said, I realize we get jaded sometimes because we do this job 8 hours a day. We might be mowing roads all day long, and you're like, why am I wasting this diesel fuel? Why am I doing this? Of course, I can't say anything. I haven't mowed my roads yet. But, you know, why am I doing this? What am I doing it for? And keep the perspective that you want to make it look good, and you want to represent yourself well, or your operation or your farm, that your reputation is on the line. And that first impression, and I can judge it by the phone call I have with an individual, I can get a pretty good first impression whether these people are on it or they're not. And that's what you've got to think about, is what is that first impression. And just remember, you've got 20 seconds, maybe max you've got 30, but 20 to 30 seconds to create that impression, that first impression of excellence with whoever you meet. So hey, think about that. You've got to own it. You've got to make it happen. Want to thank Martha again for talking about mentorship the other day, and I think that's right on the money. So if you haven't seen that one, I'll try and get that posted to YouTube in case you missed it. Not sure if it's still up here on Periscope, but thanks everybody for watching. Feel free to share this if you wouldn't mind, and that way other people can join us for supper. And tomorrow night, hopefully, we'll be on about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Depends on what time I get back home. But we'll be back on tomorrow night. Supper with Sean. Everybody be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.